Hi, I'm Dana, and today I'd like to do another sold to ship video, and it is from this weekend, which was August 6th and 7th, and I'm also including some Friday night sales as well as some Monday morning sales too. So anyways, before I get started, I just want to take a moment to thank all the subscribers and the people who have been liking the videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all, and as well as like to give a shout out to all the folks who have commented on the videos. And so that would be Elizabeth, Susanna, Maria Felicity, Michelle, Live Life ET, Gietta Thrift, Brooklyn, Darlene, DeSanti, LA Jen was here. I'm sorry, La Jen was here. And One Busy Mama to You, Colleen, Rose M, Judy, Material Girl, aka Jen, and Lil Miss Nat, Sujo, Seiko, Amber, Misty, Jeff, also known as Jeff Awesome, and Salt Flakes, aka Mimi, Helen, JP Sorrel 21, and Thrifting the Three Rivers, and Rosie Days. Thank you so much, everyone. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are, so motivating and inspiring, as well as, you have such great, tips and tricks and feedback. So, snaps to you all. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see. I have quite a few sales to go through, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to whip through them as much as I can, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see. So the first sale that I want to start with is this really cute one-piece bathing suit. The brand is called High Lore, and it's new with tags. It's since it's new with tags, it's in really great condition. Let's see. This sold on Poshmark for $12. So let's see, I'm going to do this. My workspace has shrunk. I have a lot kind of going on right now, so hope you can bear with me as I try to juggle things around a little bit. And this is a Poshmark sale, which I think I mentioned. It's sold for $12. Poshmark has platform fees of 20%, and my cost of goods for this was $1.50. I picked it up at my local Goodwill bins, also known as Goodwill Outlet. And my bins, which is really unique actually, I think most bins charge, by the pound, but my bins charges $1.50 per item. And so because of that, really I get the best deals on heavyweight items such as coats, jackets, and sweaters and jeans. Don't have the same kind of great cost of goods for the lighter weight things, little tops, blouses, bras, swimsuits and things like that. Let's see where folks can get those things for maybe 25-50 cents sometimes, right? So, and for anyone who's new, hi, welcome. Just wanted to let you know that I learned how to ship by watching Mackenzie over at McThriftsy, and I will definitely link one of her videos below in the description. And what she does is she uses this packing paper I pick up my packing paper from just my local Home Depot, but I think she purchases it online on Amazon. And let's see. Oh, I have a fly in here, which is so annoying. I'm going to try to make it go away. Okay. Great. And I also learned from Mackenzie to pick up mailing supplies that you can, use on Poshmark, especially from the USPS website. So, things like this Tyvek mailing envelope, you can order online, and they will deliver it right to your doorstep for free. So, they have a whole variety of different envelopes as well as boxes and things. So, and, since it's free, it's just a really, really great resource. Okay, so next item to be shipped out is this jumpsuit, and it's, or onesie, and the brand is called Naketano. It has, a hood with little bear ears on it. The drawstring is this, really substantial rope that is finished off with a piece of leather, and it has leather patches, sort of more the traditional sort of jogger style bottoms with the band around the ankles, and has more of a sort of loose fit. And this one sold on Poshmark for $28. And again, this is another, I think everything that I am shipping out today, I purchased for $1.50 at the bins. So this one, actually this one had a really high, had a good sell-through rate, and it also had a really high sale price. So I believe this is a European brand, and it's pretty popular. They mainly seem to sell a lot of hoodies, and jackets and things like that. But definitely sort of loungewear type of items. And really, I couldn't find that many comps on the onesies, so I wasn't quite sure what to do, but went ahead and listed them. I think I listed them for something like around, I think I listed it for maybe around $38 or so, and I received an offer for $28, and so I went ahead and accepted. It sold probably in a couple days, and the buyer was so sweet. She, instantly sent me a message saying, thanking me for accepting her offer, and that's always really, really nice. Nice to receive. So, and then, what I like to do for sales, especially Poshmark sales, I'll wrap it in the packing paper, and then, something that I do that, Mackenzie doesn't do is I'll go ahead and write a little thank you tag, and a thank you note on a little heart tag, and then attach it with a piece of yarn. And sometimes I use twine as well. Yarn, I've been using the yarn because it's fun to have a little pop of color, and also I got like a whole big bag of extra yarn at the bins, so it costed hardly anything, which is nice. Let's see. And I've received so many awesome comments. Thank you so much, everyone. And what I noticed that's happening now too, which is really, really great, is that people who are commenting are also commenting on other comments as well. So there's almost like this whole bunch of like conversations going on at just in the YouTube comment area. So that's really exciting, and I'm really enjoying hearing from you guys, being motivated, and learning from you. So it's awesome. I'm gonna also go through some of your comments as well, and unfortunately I won't be able to go through all of them, but I'm thinking, like, how can we do all the comments? And maybe that would be a video that is maybe like just a pure comment video or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about what to do, because I think it's so helpful to to talk about what everybody else is talking about. And so I don't know. I've been just trying to think about things like that. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Okay, so then the next sale that needs to go out are these Prana hiking pants for men in this really nice dark gray color. And I think I mentioned, in a few videos that I really am enjoying selling hiking pants right now for both men and women, especially during summer, spring, and I'm hoping that it'll continue into the fall as well. So these Prana pants sold for $32, and I believe I got the full asking price, which is really, really nice, and doesn't happen often. So this is a great sale. These are a great pair of pants. So they're in really good condition. I couldn't find any flaws, which is great. And yeah, so I really hope that the buyer loves these pants. And yeah, so wanted to mention Jeff Austin's comment. Hi Jeff, how are you? Thank you so much for your comment. I really, really appreciate you. Jeff mentioned that he said that he liked the videos, so thank you so much. And he said, maybe did I do two? I did do two. Hold on. Let's see. That's what it is. Okay. Two. Okay. So he had mentioned that other videos, and they tended to be more like eBay sellers, that they would include a screenshot of the sale, and that he thought that would be really helpful for the viewers. And Jeff, I totally agree. I think that's a really, really great idea, great suggestion. And I think I was trying to do that, something along the same lines, and I was just finding that it was taking hours and hours and hours of prep time to create the video. And I like to come out with this sold to shipped once a week. And when I started selling on eBay, that's when I really noticed that my time I just didn't have any more time anymore, you know. And so then I had to kind of go back to more this traditional sort of ship with me style, and you know, it's a lot like Mackenzie's videos and her ship with me. Also, you know, I've been watching this new reseller. It's called, I don't know her name, but her channel is called Selling for Good, and she actually does a ship with me every day. So you know, I went back to doing more of this traditional ship with me, and you know, but maybe, you know, if I can get faster at eBay and things, you know, I can, you know, definitely try your suggestions. So, you know, thank you so much. I really appreciate, you know, hearing from you and getting feedback. And yes, you know, it was really nice too, because Jeff had kind of wrote back to me and said, oh yeah, you know, I totally understand, and you know, that he'll keep watching, and you know, kind of like what I'm doing kind of makes sense to him. So you know, so yeah, so that was great feedback to hear. Let's see. Oh, sorry. This is what happens when I talk a lot. This is this really great, I love this little golf shirt, sleeveless golf shirt for women. It's Nike Dry Fit, Nike Golf, and it's in another one that's in really great condition. This is Poshmark, and it's sold for $15, and it sold very quickly. I would say I think in a day or two. So this was you know, a very quick sale, and as I mentioned before, I don't know what it is, I just really love the fast sale. And you know, that also kind of brings to mind Colleen. Hi Colleen, how you doing? I hope you're feeling better. I know you were under the weather for a while, so you know, hope you're feeling good. And you know, your question about, you know, I think maybe in another video I mentioned that a month was like a slow sale, and you know, if I said that, I totally apologize because I think a month is, you know, it's a great amount of time. I think that is actually a fast sale. And then I think I kind of also mentioned, you know, any sale is a great sale to me. You know, I mean, no, I shouldn't say that, because then sometimes I definitely have lost money on some sales, and those are not the greatest, but you know, at the same time, you learn from it. You move out inventory so you can bring in, you know, even better inventory, right? But yeah, so Colleen had mentioned that, and so I just wanted to, you know, say that I think a month, 2 months, 3 months is, you know, fast. It's a fast sale. I think after, like, actually after 3 months is probably where I feel a little bit more like, I need to hurry this one up. You know, I don't want to keep it in my inventory. I want to move it out. And then it makes me worried that, you know, was it a bad buy? Oh, oops, no. Or, you know, is it not desirable anymore? You know, did it go out of style? Or, you know, was it something that I just picked up because I liked it and I didn't do my research on it? You know, things like that. But in that case, I will, after 60 days, I can go ahead and end it on Poshmark and then relist it so that it is kind of like a fresh new listing, and it goes back up to the top of the search. And also I definitely do lower the price at that point as well, you know, just to get it moving and hopefully getting new eyes on it. And oftentimes that results in, you know, a sale. So, you know, for Poshmark I do that. And, you know, since I've been only back on eBay for 3 months, I really haven't refreshed any of my sales on eBay yet. But I definitely, you know, will do so. I think what's happened is I have about 200 active items on eBay right now, and I think I have about 200 sold items. So, you know, I think the turnover is pretty good. And, you know, so that's something that I like. You know, if I want to make more sales, though, I have to list more, and, you know, that's where, you know, I'm just going to need to, like, learn how to be faster. I'm going to need to learn how to pick up items that, you know, for example, like hiking pants. If I know that they're good sellers for me, if I can go out and source them, and then I can do sell similars or use a template so that the actual time for listing is faster. So anyways, okay, so here's a pair of American Eagle shorts, cutoff shorts. What's nice about these American Eagles are, you know, it has, you know, the high distressing, and on the inside pockets they have a little bit of crochet details, so that kind of peeks out through the distressing. So the details on this little pair of jeans is really nice, and, you know, of course they're stretchy, perfect for summer. So this sold on Poshmark for $8, and I've actually had these jeans, I don't know, I want to say for maybe 2 to 3 months. So, you know, I probably list these for about $14, $15, received an offer for $8, and, you know, I'm ready to move out jean shorts, swimsuits, you know, any sort of really particular summer items. So, you know, happy with the $8 offer. Let's see. I'll just do it like that. And, you know, another thing is American Eagle. I usually can't sell it for that much money. You know, it's not an expensive brand, and it is pretty saturated on the resale market. So, you know, I'm happy that somebody, you know, sent me an offer. I think that's something that Tech and Sports mentioned, and Tech and Sports is like, I don't know, he's like the biggest selling reseller on eBay, and he also is on a podcast with Chris over at Daily Refinement, and you know, I'll go ahead and link one of their podcasts below. But one thing Tech and Sports says is, you know, like, he's happy, you know, when anybody sends him an offer, that the fact that they went out of their day, out of all the other items, you know, in eBay, and they sent an offer for your item, like, he's so grateful and happy that they did that. And, you know, that was an interesting mind, you know, he was like, even if they send me an offer for $1, they took the time to send that offer. And, you know, and then it's up to him to, you know, accept or counter. And, you know, so anyways, I really like that. And I think that's one thing that I really enjoy about the podcasts, you know, Daily Refinement podcast, is that it's almost like Tech and Sports and Chris are like sort of like two coaches, you know, kind of repeating the same things over and over again, but it's like practice, you know, and then the more that we listen and it sinks in, the better, you know, at least I think, you know, the better that I'm going to get. So at reselling. So anyways, the next, I think this is the last Poshmark sale. And it's this very lovely alpaca sweater. It's so soft, and you know, it has this really beautiful pattern on it across the chest, you know, on the trim areas. Really, really nice. It has a hood, kind of tunic style pullover. And this, oh, I didn't mention the brand. Does it have a brand? The brand is called Alpaca Exotic Imports, made in Peru. So really nice sweater. It's actually pretty lightweight too. It's not a really thick sweater. So really nice. Great piece for fall, transition to fall. And this sold for $22. So I think it was actually, this is one of the items that I had for a while. I relisted it and lowered the price, and you know, I got a sale. So really nice. Love when that happens. Let's see. Thank you to everyone who left me such sweet birthday wishes. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you all. It's yeah, you know, it's so fun getting birthday wishes. I don't know, I'm a person who really likes my birthday. And yeah, you're right, I kind of like celebrate my birthday all month long in a way, which is, you know, it's fun for me. And you know, I received a Dymo label printer for my birthday from a loved one, and you know, thank you so much. I really do think that the printer is like a game changer. It really helps a lot, saves time, and you know, it seems like really, really super efficient. It runs really well. So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying my birthday present. And let's see what else is going on. Let's see. The sales have been good lately, you know. I'm not making huge high profit sales. A lot of, you know, smaller sales, bread and butter sales. But to me, that's, you know, to be expected. I'm not picking up a whole lot of high dollar items, for one thing, when I, you know, go sourcing at the bins. And the other thing is I feel like, you know, summer items are a little bit lower priced anyways, as opposed to like, you know, fall and winter things. So, you know, to me, it's a little bit to be expected. So I'm okay with that. And oh, before I get into eBay sales, maybe I can just one thing that I did purchase for myself for my birthday is I finally got a computer, a new laptop, and so that's been another, you know, giant help, because it's a lot faster than my other one, which was pretty slow. And I'm just gonna kind of you know, bounce around a little bit and mention some of the comments. Let's see. Oh, hi Sujo. Thank you so much for your sweet comment. You know, Sujo mentions that she loves it when my dog Sven makes an appearance, and he usually joins me for the hauls. He doesn't like coming into my office. I'll tell him come in, you know, and he refuses to come in the office, but he loves sitting in the living room for the hauls. So, you know, thank you, Sujo. And let's see. Oh my gosh. Hi, Maria Felicity. Oh, hi, Michelle. Oh my goodness. Oh, Michelle picked up a Kenneth Cole black leather blazer. Very nice pickup. Really cool. And oh yeah, Gianna Thrift. Hi, Gianna Thrift. And yeah, she liked the follow up on the Crossroads visit. So yeah, I did some selling over at Crossroads, and I finally sort of you know, reported back some numbers. So, you know, I'm really happy you found that useful. And let's see. Oh yeah, Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, you know, that's a very good point. She said that when we're looking at button downs, that men's shirts have the buttons on the right side, and women's is on the left side. So that's something that I really need to soak into my brain. But yes, thank you so much. That's a really, really great tip. I really appreciate you. Oh, hi, Seiko. Seiko says she likes, she adores pug and otter t-shirts. Yes. Love them. I especially love the pug t-shirt. That was really a fun one. And oh yeah, and Live Life ET. Hi Live Life ET. Yes, she liked the pug t-shirt too. And she said that she's starting to post jackets and PJs. So sounds like you're getting ready for fall. That's great. I think, you know, getting a jump on it is really, really smart. And let's see. Oh, Brooklyn. Oh, Brooklyn, I just love your name. Yes, hi. Thank you so much for your comment. Let's see. Oh, she had asked about Crossroads, and, you know, why did I take some stuff to Crossroads first rather than posting them and possibly getting more profit posting online? And she would assume that the opposite, posting first, and then if it didn't sell in a reasonable amount of time, then, you know, taking it to Crossroads. And yes, you know, that's a great strategy as well. But the reason I do it this way is because I don't like to list. So if I take it first to Crossroads, I eliminate all the work that goes into listing. It is difficult because I have to make a decision on, you know, do I list it and get like higher amount, or do I, you know, take it to Crossroads and get less money, but, you know, it's easier. And for that experiment, I decided to go ahead and take things to Crossroads first, even my really like good stuff. And I wanted to see, if the fast flip made it so that I can just go and source more, which is what I really enjoy doing. I don't enjoy sitting and listing. I much rather go out and, pick up desirable items. So anyways, that's my thinking. But yeah, your suggestion is actually a really great one as well. Okay, so here is the first eBay sale that I wanted to mention, and it's this really pretty Victoria's Secret bra. Love the colors, this green, light green, and navy color. These sold for $10.03. I got an offer for $10.03, which is kind of unusual. I don't know exactly where the 3 cents came from, but I was happy with the offer, so I accepted. And this is great because I had done another video in which I had never shipped a bra on eBay. Always had done on Poshmark, and Poshmark shipping is like a breeze. So easy. You can use pretty much any box except for any express. No express, but any size box, and then the shipping price is all the same, and Poshmark sends you a label. You don't have to mess at all with shipping unless it's over 5 pounds. So anyways, I was gonna ship out a bra for the first time. Didn't know what to do, so got lots and lots of comments and really, really great suggestions and ideas. So I wonder if it was, I'm sorry, I can't remember the person who suggested this, but she had mentioned that what she'll do is she'll put like those airbags, those plastic airbags for packing, and she'll put it in so that it keeps the integrity of the cup, and then she'll go ahead and put it into another plastic bag, and then she finally puts it in her poly mailer. So I just thought that was really nice, and I tried that before and it seemed to work well. And what I'm going to do is I have this large plastic bag that I get from the bins, basically what they give me, and so I'm just balled it up to help just make a cushion for the inside, and then I'm just going to wrap it with this paper. So anyways, this is kind of one way to deal with shipping, one of these sort of molded, padded bras, and I think a lot of people will go ahead and just even though it's padded and has the underwire, a lot of people have just went ahead and put them in poly mailers, and of course they have them in plastic bag and things like that, and they said that they showed up fine, never gotten a complaint or anything. So that was actually very helpful for me to hear. Because I was just kind of worried. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's going to get, ruined or whatnot. And then, gosh, I feel like, was it JP? JP might have mentioned this. I don't know why I think that, but, yeah, just adding a little bit something inside the cup, to me, just kind of lessens my little bit of worry, even though I'm sure it will be fine, And then, of course, there, for some bras that you really, really want to protect, eBay, we can also purchase eBay boxes on eBay, and I think like here's actually an eBay poly mailer, which is really nice too. And I think also, you know, once you become a subscribe to be a store on eBay, I think they give you some sort of like a coupon or some kind of special deal to get packaging supplies, so which is, you know, also really, really great. So anyways, so, you know, a little bit more protected. Okay. Next eBay sale is this J. Jill Supima cotton, and they call this the Simply Supima crew neck tunic. And it's in this sort of cream colored white. It's like almost white, but not bright white. Really just super, super soft. Has a really nice kind of heft to it as well. Really feels like a quality item. And actually this is an item that I picked up at my local flea market on Sunday. And this flea market is on Sundays in one of the community colleges, you know, nearby. And I went to, you know, a booth that sold items that he purchased from the bins. He purchases these really large boxes called Gaylords, and then he goes through them, takes out all the bad items, and then he brings them to the flea market, and he just, you know, rows and rows of just clothes. So, you know, I went through them and I was able to pick this up, and all items are $1. So, you know, which is even cheaper than my bins. And, you know, so I was able to pick up some items. I think it was, you know, really good deal. So, you know, like this J. Jill was $1, and did I forget to say, oh, it, you know, and it sold for $8. So, you know, to me, that is a good profit that I'm making. Of course, with eBay, you have to take out their platform fees, and then there's okay, so I don't really know about all of eBay's fees, which I actually should know, but there's, you know, their kind of platform fee as well as the final value fee, and then if you do promoted listings, there's another little, you know, percentage that they take out. So when I tried to calculate it, and it looks, I don't know, it kind of seems like it's a little bit less than 20%. You know, I'm going to kind of average that out. So to me, you know, I just like to think of it as about 20% platform fee from eBay. So yeah. And you know, I recently made top rated seller on eBay, and once you know, get to that level, I think they give you like a little break on the final value fees, something like that. So anyways, you know, there are some perks, as well as, you know what I think I'm getting more traffic as well. So, you know, again, you know, that's a really great perk. Oh, you know, I just thought of something. I normally don't wrap eBay things in paper, so I gotta remember that. Just because this is going out US first class mail, and it's weighed. And adding the paper actually adds more weight to this item. And I purchased first class so that it's under a pound, and actually it's a specific number of ounces, so hopefully it's not more. So what I'll do is I'll just hold it to the side and just weigh it to make sure that I'm not going over the amount that I bought it for. So anyways, yeah. So next sale on eBay was these pair of 505 Levi's. And actually when I re-looked at the label, I think these are actually vintage. Yeah, I'm thinking that they might be vintage, and I didn't disclose that in the listing. However, I did disclose that it was flawed because there was some distressing, sort of in this part right here, near the thighs and stuff. So, but at the same time, it's a really nice pair of jeans. I love Levi's. I'm gonna there's some heel drag here. I'm just gonna trim this a little bit. And these Levi's, oh, okay, yeah, so I got an offer. I think because of the flaw and everything, I went ahead and listed them for maybe like $14 or $15, pretty low. And I got an offer for 10, so I went ahead and accepted that. Okay, let me just think. And so these did take a little while to sell, but not a long while. I would say it took maybe 2 months. So, actually that's still a fast sale. And I think this will fit. I used to really love picking up Levi's, and then I noticed that sales did kind of slow down a little bit. But also I have one bin full, of just Levi's, and when that gets full, that's kind of when I stop sourcing them, unless they're like orange cabs, real vintage Levi's, then I'll pick them up no matter what. Silver tabs, I love silver tabs. Vintage 501s or 505s I will pick up. But anyways, I do like Levi's. I've noticed that at the bins I haven't been seeing them, and I have to say that lately when I've been going to the bins, it's been very, very crowded. There's a lot, not only are there more non-resellers because it's summer, and high school kids love vintage. They love finding vintage ironic pieces, and things. So it's busy because there's more sort of the kids there, the teens. School is not in session yet. Oh, okay, so I forgot again. Oh, no, actually this is fine. This is going out priority flat rate, so it doesn't matter what it weighs, as long as it can just fit into this cardboard envelope. So that's the challenge for me. Anyways, it's been really busy, and there's more people, non-resellers, but there's also a lot of resellers at the bins right now. And one of the things I know that my resellers love to pick up, one in particular, he loves picking up Levi's. So, and he's very fast. He's very fast at picking. So, yeah. There's been times where, we both grab things and it's like a grab, and then there's that look in each other's eyes, and then he's kind of like that, because he's very, very intense, very serious. And then he'll often just kind of smile and let go. But not always. I mean, a lot of times I'll let him, win. So, it's all good. We're all co-workers, It reminds me of when I worked for many, many years as an art director, and before that I was a graphic designer. But, especially with art direction, graphic design too, there is definitely competition, but especially in advertising, we're often, art directors will team up with a copywriter, and we are trying to create a new campaign concept for a campaign ad for a product basically. And of course we're all competitive and we're all kind of competing with each other, because we want to win, of course we want to win and have the winning campaign. So, there's definitely competition, but then yet, these are all our friends, that we work with and, talk to and, and everything. And sometimes we might even bounce ideas off of each other. And genuinely, when you're friends with someone like that, when they win, like if they have the winning idea or they move on to the next round, I remember just being really happy for them, and especially if they had just amazing ideas, it's like just being so happy and proud of them, for coming up with such killer ideas. I don't know. So anyways, it kind of reminds me a little bit, we're all competitors, but then yet we're all like co-workers, we all understand what we're going through, and we also are happy for each other when we get something really great, Okay, so let's see, go through this. Today is a really hot day in my office, and I have all the doors closed because there was that fly. And so I have the lights on. It's really, really hot. I'm starting to get sweaty, but that's okay. Keep moving. Let's see. Here is the next item, which are these really, really great Beta brand pants. I think they're called yoga pants. They actually look like slacks, but they are so stretchy and comfortable that you can actually do yoga in them. So these are, slightly flared, in great condition. These are like brand new. Even the screen printing on the waistband is like perfect, so I don't even know if these been worn before. Size medium. Was really happy when I found these at the bins, and let's see, I sold these for $18. I probably list them, I can't remember what I listed them for, but I might have listed them for around $25 or so. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this cardboard flat rate too. So let me just get rid of this. Yeah, this is gonna be easier, which is good. These pants, I remember that I picked up a pair of Beta brands when I used to go to source at the Goodwill store, and I just remember, seeing Beta brand, and it's actually a brand that I learned about from Mogi Beth, and she's a really great reseller. She has a lot of YouTube videos, and she really, I don't know if she still does, but she likes to pick up Beta brand. So I saw a pair of Beta brand at the Goodwill store, and I went ahead and purchased it, and I think it probably cost me about $9 or so, and I don't know, I think I probably list them pretty high at the time, and probably about $30 or so. And I think at that time I was also, my strategy was that I would accept offers that were at least 50% or higher of my asking price, and I think I did get an offer for like 15 or something like that, and which is oh, okay, this one was 18, so a little bit more. And so I went ahead and accepted, and I realized later that I made like nothing, because my cost of goods was high, my sale price was low, and I remember just kind of feeling really terrible about that sale, and wishing that I could do a redo of that, because I was like, oh, I just that wasn't a good one, Dana, what you doing? So actually, when it was funny, I've stopped going to the stores, and I love stores, and I think you can find some really, really awesome things for a little bit higher sell-through rate or higher price. But I don't know, just for me, I think for me, I'm going to stick with the bins, which is the lower COG, lower cost of good. And anyway, so when I saw these Beta brands at the bins, I felt like really happy, like I had a second chance, so yeah, so very happy with this sale. Okay, yeah, got it all. Let me make sure I have enough. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, these are really, really nice pair of pants. Quality is really great, and that's another thing that I'm really trying to be aware of is picking up things that are in really good condition. Of course there's always times where I've missed things, like, oh gosh, there's a stain here, I didn't see it, oh gosh, it's missing a button. That happens, and I can't really kick myself too much for that, because it's just human error. But trying to not pick up things that I see that actually do have condition issues, or might require a lot of work, whether it's sewing things, or stain treating, that kind of thing. So what is this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna check that. Okay, so anyways, maybe I'll check, let me just check some comments again. And I received a lot of feedback and loved, hearing from you guys. And it seems like, the majority of viewers do enjoy hearing you guys' comments. And, I think we all learn from each other. So, that's why I like to mention them. And, I'm sorry I can't mention all of them. All of them are great. It's just that, I don't want to be too long. Let's see. Oh, hi Maria Felicity. Thank you so much for your comment. Let's see, this one is which one? This is the haul. And Maria Felicity had a really great suggestion for, like tough stains. What she likes to try is pouring baking soda right on the stain and then putting the Blue Dawn dish soap on there and then kind of rubbing it in so that it's almost like a paste and letting it sit for like 30 minutes or so and then washing. And she said it gets most stains out. So, thank you for that tip. I think that's a really great one. Those are kind of all things that we have on hand too, which is great. And then she also will try Grandma's stain remover. I don't have that one, but she said they sell them at Walmart, and I don't have a Walmart nearby, but definitely want to look for that. So thank you, Maria Felicity. I appreciate your comment. And let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, and hi, DeSanti. Thank you so much for your comment. DeSanti mentioned that, I had mentioned that I'm going to be trying to sell on Whatnot. I have a show this Thursday. So I don't even know what day that is. Is that like the 11th? I'm so terrible. I have no idea what I'm doing with Whatnot. But anyways, I'm gonna just do it, and see. And you guys are welcome to come and check it out. And please don't feel obligated to buy anything. If you just want to come and hang out and pop in or whatever, I'd love to see you there. But DeSanti did mention that she said, oh, with Whatnot, be careful that I don't undercut myself. And because I guess it's really well known on Whatnot to start the bid at $1, and oftentimes that person will win, and they'll win a really great item for $1. But she also said maybe start at what you would be willing to get from Crossroads or a little more. And I think that's a great way to look at it, with Crossroads, I tend to get about anywhere between I'll say between 6 and 7, and I think during the fall and winter, the average sale price will go up just because, sweaters and jackets and things. But, so that might be a really good way to start it off. And of course, if there's things that I'm just really want to get rid of, let's say I've had it for a while, or just not feeling like I want to list it, that's where I might go ahead and just like offer it for $1, $2, $3 or something like that. So but yeah, DeSanti, thank you so much. And she said she really liked it when when Sven looked at Luna, and Luna was the little dog that was visiting us that one weekend. So DeSanti, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Amber, hi Amber, so good to hear from you. And Amber, she said she found a new honey hole, so yay, that's awesome. And she's picking up some really nice items for like 50 cents to $1, so love that. Love the low cost of goods. and she's been selling. She was able to pick up things like LaFleur and Eileen Fisher. So really great brands. Awesome. And she's excited to get up her new listings, on the weekend. Yeah, totally. I totally hear you. I am actually excited to list when I love the items. But then when I'm like, it's okay, then I'm like, I don't want to list this. So, I don't know. Not a great attitude. Don't follow me on that. Let's see. JP Sorrells, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And Susanna. Hi, Susanna. Susanna's always so positive. Thank you for being so positive. And, hey to you in Alaska. Also, by the way, Susanna. Susanna, she crochets hats out there in Alaska, and she sells them on Etsy. And so, Susanna, next time, go ahead and put your Etsy shop in the comments so people can go ahead and search you. Yeah. And Helen. Hi, Helen. Thank you so much for your comments. I really, really appreciate you. Yes, Helen was one of the viewers that had mentioned that, hey, you should try Whatnot. I think you'd really like it. And so, I had like, I don't know, I'm really nervous about it and stuff. And so anyways, but always I had you in the back of my mind, Helen, so thank you so much. I'm going to try this Thursday. We'll see how it goes. And she said, so maybe I'll just read it. Yeah, I would think that the bins is the place to source. Right now, it's a lot of resellers on, Whatnot, buying from other resellers, so they are sourcing for deals. That's not for everyone. There are non-resellers there too. In time, it'll grow. I have done 2 shows. Oh, yay! Helen, you should put your Whatnot name in the chat, in the comments. That way people can find you. And yeah, I would love to follow you. She's done 2 shows, and it takes a few times to understand what is selling and what you should source. Yeah, but wouldn't put any items that you're willing to lose money on, I think. And she gave some really helpful tips, and I won't go through them all because I know not everybody is interested in Whatnot. So, but anyways. Helen, thank you so much for all your tips. I really, really appreciate you. And yeah, great to hear that you're on there and you're enjoying it. But and she does say, I'm going to need to balance my time, and especially if I don't want to take away from my listings for my online stores. So yeah, I'm definitely aware of that. Yeah. And hi, Salt Flakes, I think AK Mimi, and Rosie Days. Hi, thank you so much for your comments, you guys. Yeah, I really, really appreciate you. And Thrifting the 3 Rivers, hi, so good to hear from you. Yeah, thank you for asking about the Knox Rose pants. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not your size either, but I really appreciate you reaching out, so thank you. Okay, so next is this really, really nice golf quarter zip pullover, and it says Poppy Hills, Pebble Beach, California. Over here in the front, it's embroidered, and the brand is EP Pro Tour Tech. Size medium. It's in great condition. Women's. I picked this one up also at the flea market, so it was $1. I kind of felt like I was taking a chance on it because I'm not really familiar with golf brands except for the major ones. Never heard of this brand, but I thought that it was in really, really great condition. Also, I don't know, I thought maybe people would be familiar with Poppy Hill and Pebble Beach. So that's why I ended up picking this up. And let's see, so this is an eBay sale. Poppy Hills, I received an offer for $10, so I went ahead and accepted. I was very happy with this sale. I think it was like it took maybe 2 days after listing for it to sell. So, you know, happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead, and this is gonna go out on a poly mailer. It's a first class shipping, so it really needs to be a specific weight, and I don't want it to go over the weight that I bought. So, well, actually not me. I do charge shipping, so it's plus shipping. Buyer pays. So for this reason, I try to remember not to wrap it in paper if I can. And the way that I secure the little heart tag is I just use some, yarn. And it's going into this plastic poly mailer anyway, so it's going to be well protected. So yeah, so nice, $1 cost of goods into a $10 sale. But then also have to remove the platform fees, all the fees, as well as my dollar cost of goods. So I don't know, maybe I want to say maybe around $7 profit. So pretty good. Okay. Next sale is this really beautiful maxi skirt. It's embroidered. It's 3-tiered. I think it's 3-tiered. 1, 2, 3. Actually, maybe it's 4-tiered. It's really lovely. Cotton with, embroidered details. The brand is called Easton Pearson, and I believe it's an Australian brand. When I found this at the bins, just touching it, I could tell that it was, a really nice item. And, I hadn't heard of Easton Pearson before, but when I looked up comps, and I try to do that for, all things, especially if I've never heard of it, it had a really great sell-through rate, and it has a high retail price, but also had a good resale value as well. So went ahead and picked it up, and I think it sold in just maybe 2 or 3 days after listing. So this is a fast sale in which I really like. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to fit this skirt into the flat rate cardboard envelope, which I'm hoping that I can do. We'll see. I haven't had to purchase a larger size envelope yet, so I don't know, knock on wood, that I don't need to do that. anytime. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, but you know, it could happen. Let's see. This skirt is just a really, really nice item. And you know, it's nice to see that the maxi length is still popular. I think I put in, you know, the keywords is, you know, boho, bohemian. I think I put hippie. I might have put gypsy. I might have put, I don't know, granola girl. You know, different kinds of keywords. Oh yeah, that smashed down into a nice little size. So yay, that's good. It was mainly fluffy, so a lot of volume. Fluffy with lots of air. I forgot to ask, how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope summer's going well. You know, you guys got to go on vacation. Hopefully, that would be so great. And, you know, probably if you have kids, probably getting ready for back to school. My youngest, my teen, Emmy, she's going to be a senior this year. Whew, time's flying, and you know, I feel so bad because, you know, if I wasn't really quite as busy with my work, I would be doing a lot more researching, you know, for her. Kind of getting ready for the whole, you know, college situation. Figuring out, like, you know, when all that's happening. When do you apply for financial aid, and you know, all that stuff. And I have that hanging over my head, like I need to do that, you know. But anyways, you know, I have to start really, you know, focusing on that. I don't want to miss the train. I don't want her to miss the train on that, you know. And you know, she's a kid who's, you know, doesn't love school. You know, early on with school, she would hang out with kids who didn't love school either. And, you know, just pretty much like after lockdown, they came back and she was a junior, and she started hanging out with sort of, you know, a new set of kids who are motivated, who try to do well in school and who want to go to college, you know. So she kind of buckled down and, you know, she's trying, you know, more than she ever did. So, really happy about that. And, you know, at first she wasn't really interested in college, and, you know, since she's been hanging out with this new crowd, she's interested. So, you know, I want to keep the momentum going. We'll see. You know, her grades are not super terrific, but, you know, they've gotten better. So yay Emmy. You know, she's doing a good job so far. So okay, and then another one is let's see, a Victoria's Secret sports bra. And this one's really cute. It has all the special details. It has a zipper in the front. That's actually, you know, one way that you can put it on. I guess you could pull it over, but you can also open up the zipper. And then it also has this really nice crossback fin straps that are in silver. And it has some silver detail back here. So, you know, really fun sports bra. I think I'm gonna do, you know, this one's, I think I can roll it because it's a sports bra, so I think it'll be okay. I'm going to wrap this because I know with the bras, they are lighter weight, so I know I'm not gonna go over. I don't know if I mentioned the sports bra. I received a $10 offer for this sports bra, and I went ahead and accepted. I probably had this bra for maybe 2 or 3 months, so you know, happy to sell it. Let's see. Okay. And then, let's see if I can go through. Let's see. Oh. Hi, little Miss Nat. Thank you so much for the birthday wish. I really appreciate you. And Misty. Hi, Misty. Let's see. Oh, can you tell me more about how I'm using Flip, and am I selling for others? Can you use the tools and cross-lister for your own items and not items purchased through Flip? Yes, you can. So I do not sell or purchase items for other resellers on Flip. I don't use that service. I only use it for cross-listing. And you know, Flip is free. So you just go ahead and you sign up, you apply, and then you get accepted after a certain period of time. And oh, let me just go through one more thing. So here is the next item. It's these vintage FUBU, F-U-B-U, FUBU. Very long board shorts, but really cool. 90s, Y2K, probably 90s, you know, that's really when I remember FUBU being super popular. You know, these brands are making a comeback in popularity because 90s fashion is really back in style, 90s and Y2K. This one I got an offer for $14.25, and I went ahead and accepted. Very happy about, you know, selling this. And you know, it's summer's coming to an end, so I definitely want to sell you know, summer items like swimsuits and, you know, golf. Hiking, I'm thinking that hiking might stick around for, you know, maybe another month or so, just because, you know, you can still hike in fall. So Misty, you know, go ahead and apply if you want. You know, you can apply for a Flip, and then it takes a little while, and then you go to, I think, Seller's Toolbox or something like that, and then you can go ahead and use their cross-lister, or they also do other functions, like for Poshmark, they can share your closet, and I think they also do auto offers as well. I don't use those two functions. I only use cross-listing because those other things, for whatever reason, they were really buggy. And you know, actually that was because I was using my old computer, which, you know, didn't have a lot of RAM, not a lot of power, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But I also had heard some of the other viewers had trouble with Flip's auto shares and auto offers as well. So I use Posher VA for those two functions and only use cross-listing for Flip, and that works fine for me. So yeah, thank you so much for your comment. You know, and maybe if I can remember, I'll go ahead and I think Mackenzie at McThriftsy, she uses Flip for sharing and offers as well, I think, and she had done a whole video on Flip. So, you know, if I can remember, I'll link that below. Otherwise, you know, if you're really interested, you can go ahead and Google it or search it on Mackenzie's channel. So, you know, it's really helpful. Let's see. La Jen was here. Thank you so much for the birthday wish. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I do love the label printer. It's really, really great. Oops. Oh no. No. Oh, here it is. Phew. I don't want to lose a tag. Okay, next item is this Target brand Who, What, Where. It's new with tags. You know, I've never tried to sell Who, What, Where before. You know, just recently started picking up Knox Rose, and it seems to be doing pretty well. So I went ahead and tried this Who, What, Where, especially because it's, you know, has new with tags. The price on here, the retail price is $29.99. Anyways, it's super cute. It has these balloon sleeves in a very nice size. It's 2XL. So I picked this up at the bins and was able to sell it. Let's see, where are you? For $18. You know, really, I don't know, really nice sale. Also, this was a fast sale. It probably sold within 1 or 2 days after listing. So, you know, happy with the very fast sale. Maybe a month is fast, and you know, less than a week is very fast, right? Let's see. This one is first class male, and you know, it is kind of a little bit more of a heavier weight, you know, heavier than a bra. So I'm going to go ahead and just put yarn around it instead of wrapping it in paper. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Material Girl. I love that name, Material Girl. AKA Jen. Thank you so much for your comment. I really appreciate you. She said she was listening. I think she was working in the other room, and she heard my video come on, and so trying to get some work done, but your voice is so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You know, I always think that I sound like Minnie Mouse or something. So very nice to hear that, you know, my voice is not annoying. That would be terrible. Okay, so that, and then let's see. Judy, hi Judy. Thank you so much for your comment. Oh. She said that she has a printer, but she has a Chromebook, so now she needs to get a new laptop, a new computer. Oh my God, isn't technology crazy? You know, the compatibility issues, and drives me crazy. But I'm sorry to laugh. That's, that's annoying. I hate that. Let's see, and yeah, thank you, Judy. Thank you so much for your comments. And get a thrift, yeah. Printer is a game changer. It is, totally is. Oh, Amber gave me snaps. Thank you. Okay, yeah. One busy mama. Hi, one busy mama to you. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you for the birthday wish. And she said that, yeah, loved the Tommy Bahama silk shirt. Yeah, that was a really nice one. I don't know, I really enjoy selling Tommy Bahama, and it's been moving, I think perhaps, it really is like a summer brand. So I'm, really happy to pick up Tommy Bahama. And, oh, yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you for your comment. I really appreciate you. And, hi, Rose. Thank you for your comment. Okay, so Rose says, hi, everyone. I love that. Thank you for, I don't know, we're all one community here, right? It's so great that, everybody's talking to each other. I love that a lot. She says she loves going to flea markets too. Yes. She tends to go around noontime because there's a lot of vendors that will start giving away everything for free. Wow, that's a really great tip. She also loves the dollar clothes vendors too. And she'll try to go early because I actually went at 5 in the morning. Okay, so this is another one that's I'm not going to wrap it in paper. I'm going to use this. My thinking with the flea market is, unlike the bins where you actually have rotations, so every half hour, or so, hour, half hour, they bring out brand new set of items. But at the flea market, at least when I was there, it wasn't like they were rotating new items in. So because of that, I was just thinking, for the early birds, they're getting all the worms. So in a sense, I was like, oh man, maybe I should go right when they open. If I'm going to do the flea market, the dollar vendors, then maybe I need to go at 3 in the morning, in order to get the best things. But I don't know. 3 in the morning is really early. I don't know. But I like the flea market too. I kind of wished, with like the food and the other booths, I kind of wished I could just, I don't know, have just a fun leisurely day, rather than kind of trying to, source. But I don't know, maybe, I'll try that again in the future. So thank you, Rose. Thanks for your comment. I really appreciate you. Oh, Susanna, thank you for the birthday wish. Yes, I'm happy about that. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So Susanna's so cute. She said, congratulations for your new printer. And I had asked her, wow, how did she, manage to move out to Alaska? And she said, well, I'm Mexican, but I've been living in Alaska for 8 years. And she actually crochets hats and sells them on Etsy. So let's see, and she's thinking about trying to sell some books and clothing that she has. She likes these videos because she's a beginner, and she feels that she likes going step by step with the videos. So yeah, thank you so much, Susanna. I love hearing from you. And wow, I got through it. That was it. I did. Okay, and then let me just check. So Maria Felicity, hey, thank you for your other comment. And Sujo and Jeff. Yeah, so great. If I missed your comment, I'm so sorry. I'll try to get it to the next video. And but I love hearing from you, and I think others love hearing from you as well. And so thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. And until the next one, take care. Okay, bye bye.